Hi, I'm Saloni Ramani. I'm a practicing nutritionist, mind, body, soul coach, life coach, and a counselor since more than a decade. In this video, I'm going to share some quick tips to plan your meals for your children, and especially in this uncertain times and when they're home with us for the longest time ever. So I'll be sharing few quick tips around which you can see how you want to plan your meals for the day. Firstly, stick to everything what is available locally. Don't fret about feeding them exotic fruits or exotic vegetables. What we get locally available is most high in nutrition and easy on our stomach and gut, and it's easily absorbed by them. So just stick to what is locally available to you and to them. And like for example, eating dal chawal combination is much better than eating a quinoa, or eating a banana is much better than having a avocado. So don't worry about giving them a lot of variety of exotic vegetables. Anything which is grown locally will be much suitable for their appetite and for their gut. Secondly, breakfast should be the biggest and the happiest meal of the day, so that they don't ask you for sweets later, because if you don't fill their calories up in the breakfast, it's definitely a formula for them to crave sweets later. And the timing for the breakfast should not more than 10:30 maximum, and stick to what your dadi nanis have made you eat all your life, like paranthas or idli, poha, or whatever your community has fed you always, because whatever your ancestors have eaten, it's likely that your children will do very well on that food and they will absorb that food better. So things like whatever our Indian cuisine allows us to feed them, just stick to those kind of food. And stick to a rule of no packaged food or dabba bun things, especially at the time of breakfast, because all that chemicals and preservative added to them only hampers the growth of our children. And also, don't feed very high fiber foods to children, especially who have a low appetite. Every child has a different appetite. So children who are already picky and who have low appetite, don't feed them things like oats, quinoa, or jaw, or barley, thinking it's good for them, or even ragi, because these things are very high in fiber and it fills them up very quickly, and then later on they don't feel hungry for a very long time ever. And thirdly, very important point is that please stay away from giving too much of variety. I'm sure as mother, we go in a lot of guilt, and especially at this time when probably we are very, very busy with a lot of other things around the house, and we are not able to create so much of variety for them every day. Please, mothers, you don't need to, because the more variety you give to your children, it is a more it's basically you're giving your child more freedom to be picky and choosy with his or her food. So especially around dinner time, keep it very simple, like a dal, sabzi, roti, whatever our Indian cuisine. Our Indian cuisine is a very intelligent and a very evolved cuisine. So whatever our Indian cuisine allows us to give them, just stick to them. And if variety is the thing of your house, if you live in a joint family or like things like that, then give them variety at the snack time. But dinner time should be very simple, so that whatever they eat, it is absorbed properly and they sleep well on time and there's proper assimilation of the food. And then a very important point, no sweets and ice creams post sunsets, and keep these treats at least once in 10 days, not more than that. I know it's summertime and children love them and we also feel good feeding all these to them, but it creates a hormonal imbalance in children. It comes with they are produced very on a very mass level, and they are really not good for our body and for our children's body. It is very stimulating for them. So if you give them post sunset, it hampers their assimilation of the food, their mood, their hormones. So no sweets post sunsets. If your child has a sweet tooth, stick to Indian sweets like halwas or laddus, homemade laddus, or there are many variety, what our Indian food offers. But stay away from bakery items and ice creams and the packaged food sweets. One more thing which I have observed with many parents is that sweets are often offered as a compensation for finishing their meals to the tea, which I feel is a very bad idea to inculcate in children, is because these kind of children turn into emotional eaters later because they start to associate sweets as a reward for doing something good. So stop giving sweets as rewards, as it will ruin their relationship with food later on. And in case if your child feels hungry after dinner, you can offer him a glass of milk with organic sugar or some nuts or spices or organic haldi as well. Okay, so let's come to screen time now. I understand, this is a time when the screen times has really has upped for every household, and mostly all the children are on the screen for most of the time because we have very less entertainment sources for them inside our houses. But around the food, I would like to mention one thing is that let's have one meal in a day which is off the screen and which is off the gadgets completely. And let's sit down as a family on a dining table or whatever your house sitting allows you to be. But let's have it as a family meal where nobody will be allowed to touch any gadget or phone for at least that meal time. You know why? When we feed our children while they're eating while they're watching and they're eating together, there's a hormone called leptin which is released in our body which tells us that now you're full, you need to stop eating. But a person who's watching TV while eating, or a child as well, they lose connection with that mind hormone, and they tend to overeat, or they sometimes don't even eat properly up till the appetite. So stop feeding them around the screen at least for one meal to create a good relationship with food, and stop force feeding your children. I understand, lot of the mothers would be worried that what if we are feeding them well, especially when they're home whole day. But please understand that our body is a very intelligent mechanism for children as for as adults. If a child doesn't eat well properly, he will definitely compensate for it the other day or probably next week as well. The body knows how to cope up with the lost calories. And it's summertime, don't forget, their activity is less, so there might be a lot of children who would be eating less as compared to their usual appetite. So don't really worry about that. Your child's body is intelligent enough to cope up for it. And one more point, lastly, I would like to add is that we are living in a times we never thought we would get into, and activities have certainly reduced for our children. They have no play dates, no going out, running and playing. So involve them in household stuff, involve them in the kitchen. This will make them realize the value of food, and involve them with the house stuff, and involve them in the domestic help use as well. And I'm sure most of us have terraces in our house, so have a family terrace time where you play your childhood games, what you have been playing, and they also do their running, and you also get a chance to be active that way. And also I would like to add that a lot of mothers think that if their child is not eating a soup or a salad, and especially maybe if they were cooking soup and salads for them differently because they had time to do earlier, but now probably they're too busy to do it. So if your child is not having a soup or salad separately, they're not missing out on any nutrition, trust me. If your child is eating a khichdi, dal, dalia or rajma chawal, chane chawal, whatever is cooked in your house and on a regular basis, that completes their amino acid profile and vitamins profile. So please don't worry about that. And lastly, as a mother, I would just like to say that keep your emotional health high. Don't be guilty and don't try to be this perfectionist mom. Keep your connection with your child is most important than anything else. And if your connection with your child is good, they definitely have a good relationship with food and they tend to become a good eater. God bless. Take care.